Have we ever done a show?
I don't think so, actually.
I don't think so either. Oh, good. I'm glad you don't remember either. Okay, but you're not certain. If I pulled one up, you'd be like, "Oh shit, okay, we did."
Yeah. No, I don't remember. I think I've just watched a lot of Jay doing shows.
Oh, so you're not sure what? Yeah, so it's all fucking garbled in your brain.
Yeah.
Good, my brain too. I just picked this from my yard,
Oh, nice.
and I tried to leave it in the kitchen.
Is that a cucumber?
Mm-hmm. Our this rule: don't eat on the show. But I'm like, oh, you're coming with me, buddy. You're coming with me. Oh god, I love a fresh cucumber. You ever picked a cucumber from a garden?
Uh, yeah, my mum used to try and grow a lot of veggies. That's actually my plan when we get home is setting
Mm,
up my own veggie garden.
mm, mm. You and Jay look like you got a little dirt twirler in you.
A little what?
A little dirt twirler, like little hippie, little like homesteading. Like I could see you guys like, you know, retiring onto some acreage and
Oh,
kids
yeah.
running around and yeah, like I see it in you.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Yeah,
Some land.
yeah. Those are maybe that's why I have such a dirt twirler. Thank you, Caleb. A hippie person that doesn't shower. Mostly these people follow events or bands that most or all people don't shower. Yeah, do you
Come
watch?
on. We
Listen,
shower. That's
do,
that's a bit too much.
do you use soap in your hair?
Yeah,
Oh,
shampoo and conditioner.
oh, okay.
I'm not hippie.
You'll get there, dear. You'll get there. Shampoo is Satan's lube. You'll get there.
I think I sweat too much. I gotta wash my hair.
Yeah, I understand, but you just got to give it like a week or two, and all the oils get in there, and it gets all thick, and
No.
we'll see. I bet. I bet you could. We'll stay in touch over the next 10 years. You'll be there. Maddie Sturt. I titled the show. I just went in and changed the title. Never gives up,
Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
dude. I wonder if anyone has ever been gone made it to the games. Not only made it to the games, you're a bona fide veteran. 4 years not at the games and then comes back.
Yeah.
I bet you you're in a hole. You ever heard anyone?
I don't think so.
I mean Ricky, but he popped, so it's a little different.
That's different.
Yeah.
I know Will Morad missed a lot in a row.
Mm.
But yeah, that's all I know of. It's pretty crazy.
Did you go to semifinals all 4 of those years?
Yeah, I did.
And when you would go to those semifinals, did you look and you're like, "Fucking Tia, damn it." I mean, the irony is you're with the greatest ever now, but was it hard being in that? You guys only get 3 people and you're like, "Fuck, it's only 2 people."
Yeah, basically. If Tia's there, a spot's gone. Yeah, like it's competition, I guess. Like everyone's showing up. Everyone wants a game spot.
Did you always think though, regardless, like those 4 years you were there, did you think, "Okay, I'm going to the games"? Like, would you go there, like thinking you were going to go to the games?
Uh, no. I mean, I like that. I was going there to like my goal was to qualify, but yeah, anything can happen in competition. You never know, like who's doing what or who's feeling what. So yeah, anything can happen.
And truly, if I may, and I'm open to being wrong if you have a different opinion, but truly, the only real competition Tia ever had who was a threat was also from Australia, which was a healthy Cara Saunders is a fucking complete nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. It's kind of crazy. Cara never won the game for just it shows you that it has to be you have to be perfect and everything has to go your way.
Yeah.
Yeah, nuts. And then this year your event 1 first place, event 2 first place, event 3 first place. Were you just tripping?
Yeah, I was. It was pretty cool to I think prior to this year, I had only ever won one semifinal or semifinal event. So to then do that, I was like, what's going on? This is pretty cool.
Yeah, crazy. And then event 6, first place.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, really, how tall are you?
I'm not quite 5'3".
Okay, and how much do you weigh?
About 64 kilos, which is
Okay.
about 140 pounds.
Okay, that's. I wonder if you're the smallest athlete going to the games.
I have definitely always been one of the smallest, so yeah, probably.
So event 6, really, you have no business winning event 6 either. I mean, all the girls can do muscle ups, but the bike can't be your thing, and then you have to purchase those dumbbells, and then the dumbbells weigh as much as you, right? Were they 70 pounds each?
Yes. Yeah, they were 70s, weren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they were heavy, but I was not gonna put them down.
You made it all the way across without putting them down.
Yeah.
Crazy. Oh, can you walk me through that workout? So you're on the bike and you get off. What do you see when you get off? Okay, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, to be honest, that's the only event coming away from semis that I was a little bit disappointed in. Because like my plan was to hit the bike, do the muscle ups unbroken, and then lunge unbroken. But I got 2 no reps on my muscle ups, so I had to come down and break them. So like that, yeah, that's the workout that I am a bit annoyed about, to be honest.
Half the girls in the field didn't make it. They got capped. So basically, you're disappointed, but you got half the time of the girls in the field. So you get on the bike and you do the bike, and when you get off the bike, do you look? Are there other people getting off before you?
I think like there was a few people all getting off at the same time. It was kind of what it was. Like, like you could definitely go out too hot on the bike. So it was about finding that pace where you were able to get off, jump up, do the muscle ups, and then still be able to lunge your way down the field all the way to the end.
And how hard would you say you were going on the bike? Like 90%?
I can't really remember, to be honest, but yeah, it was not a full throttle, not a full send.
But was hard.
Yeah.
Someone asked what flavor I'm drinking. I'm drinking juicy apple, and you can get Fit Aid for 40% off. Point your phone at Maddie Sturt's face and then off into the corner. QR code. Okay, and then you grab those rings, and in Maddie Sturt's mind, she's going to do all 15.
Yeah.
And where does the first no rep come?
I don't remember. But there was 2, and so I was like, well, I think I need to come down and break this up now.
So 2 in the first set even?
I'm pretty sure it was 2 in the first set.
Okay.
This is a long time ago now, Savannah. I've done a lot of workouts since then.
I love your brain. It makes me feel like I almost have a good memory. And then do you finish it in the second set?
Yeah.
Do you know what you were no rep for?
I think I was no rep for like pushing away whilst locking out, like not locking out over the top of the rings.
Okay. So not that you didn't lock out, but you didn't lock out over the rings.
Yeah.
And then you come down and you're not going to probably remember this. Do you do any dilly-dallying? Do you chalk your hands? Is there any?
No, I didn't chalk my hands. I don't think I pulled my knee sleeves up. I think I already had them up. I think I went to the dumbbells. I might have spun my grips around. I'm not sure.
And then you pick them up, and do they feel like anything to you, or do you have so much adrenaline you're like, whatever?
No, I had a lot of adrenaline at this point. Like I just wanted to get this workout done and to solidify the weekend and get my games ticket.
And do you know where the other girls are when you pick up the dumbbells? Like, do you look over?
I think there was maybe like one person out with me, and it might have been Georgia Pryor. But again, sorry for the lack of memory.
I appreciate the consistency. And good time for a bite of cucumber. You pick them up and you start lunging. you know right away you're not going to put it down? There wasn't like your coach that you didn't have a plan, like at the halfway point, put them down?
No, no, was go all the way to the end. Obviously, like if something was to happen, like to be smart and not be that person that's taken their grip to complete failure and then can't finish the lunge. But yeah, I was just sort of going by feel, but it was just full steam ahead.
And as you cross, are they peeling out of your hands?
No.
Your little tiny 140-pound, 5'3" hands, they're not peeling out?
No.
Oh, and boys and girls use the same dumbbells, right?
Same handle, yeah.
Yeah, they don't got. I've never heard of a girl's dumbbell.
No.
Oh, look at you! Look at you! Is that her right there? Oh
Yeah,
yeah. God, good, you're good. Okay, look at
on the bottom. On the bottom here, and then Georgia Pryor is off to the left in the green and black top.
Could we rewind even 10 seconds?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe try to invigorate, stimulate Maddie's memory. How about even? Okay, yeah. Let's see. Let's watch. Oh wait, before you go, who are those other girls?
This is Gracie Walton, I think.
Grace.
And Georgia Pryor. Oh, I always think they're the same person. Those are two different girls, huh?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, now I believe it. Okay, I always thought that was some sort of a conspiracy, that it was just the same girl twice. Okay, here we go. Maddie Sturt, event 6.
We're about halfway down the field right now. This is Georgia Pryor.
What the fuck? Oh, here we go.
Georgia Pryor drops him. Gracie Walton's dropped him in the back. And then final step for Maddie.
Dang.
Crazy.
Dang.
Crazy, dude.
Wow. Your grip strength is just savage?
Yeah, I'd say I've got pretty good grip strength for things like that, yeah.
In your 4 years that you had off, whoa, Chris. Sevon, can you tell me how socialist Australia is in much worse position than the U.S. Biden administration, soon to be Harris administration? Can we do that later? I would love to do that. Thank you. Okay, I apologize on behalf of Chris Giles. What has your body composition changed at all in the 4 years that you had off?
After going to Queensland with Jay and Tia training for Rogue
last year.
So last year before Rogue, like we went up there so Jay could get some training in with Tia before Rogue. Shane sort of said to me, like, look, if you can try and put on a little bit of size, that's gonna go in your favor here, like especially for not just lifting but even like output on machines. So that was sort of my goal, to try and to gain a little bit of size, or like ideally just lean muscle mass. So yeah, I actually am heavier. Like this time last year, I was lighter than what I am. So yeah, that's changed, but that's only been within the last year.
Wasn't there a year that you put on like 10 or 15 pounds on your deadlift too? Wasn't there some event I remember like 4 or 5 years ago? Did you have a really good deadlift event or something? Maybe it was one of the years you didn't make it. You had a good deadlift event. What was that? Does that ring a bell? No.
There was in the last chance qualifier, there was a 3 RM deadlift. Is that what you're thinking about?
I just remember one time you did good, and now that I think about it, I think maybe it still wasn't good enough, but you performed at a really high level in something that you shouldn't have, and I thought it was the deadlift or something, that it was like, oh yeah, Maddie's been really working on her deadlift, and you somehow over a year you'd put 10 or 15 pounds on your deadlift, which is crazy at with your size and at the level you're at already. Doesn't ring a bell.
I'm not sure. I think deadlifts have always been a good movement for me.
Okay. Well, fuck, I don't know what I'm talking about either. Fuck it. And how old are you?
I'm 27.
So, how old were you the first year you made it to the games?
19.
19. So you went when you were 19, 20, 21, and 22.
Yeah.
And then you had 4 years off, and now you're back.
Yeah.
Is this the best Maddie Sturt in all those years?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Hands down, like no questions about that at all.
Are you are you more confident now than you were in your 4th year and going to the games?
I'd say yeah. I think like I definitely had some doubts. Like, I suppose I just feel like it's been such a long time. Like, I'm like, oh, what does it feel like? Like, I don't. It's been so long, I don't remember or like what to expect. And especially, it's a new year, but I guess it's a new year for everyone, like a new venue. But yeah, no, definitely confident, definitely like believing in the training that we're doing.
When you look back at 19-year-old Maddie, is that like young lady Maddie, and now like you're just like you're just a full woman? Does it feel different? Like, do you look back and be like, "Fuck, I was a kid"?
Yeah, I was a kid back then. It's pretty crazy. And yeah, especially like those first 2 years, I was just so nervous. And because I had grown up like watching the CrossFit games and idolizing these women. And then all of a sudden, like I had no idea I was going to make the games. Like that was not the plan at all. It was very unexpected. So to be 19 and then lining up against these women that I'd been watching over the years growing up was just, it was crazy. And yeah, I just felt like a little deer in headlights back then.
Are you when you're around people like Jay who are on like it's pretty obvious that he's on like a confidence rocket ship, right? Every year he's just been getting better and better. He looks taller, you know what I mean? He carries himself different. He's got like, he's got a little more swagger. He's getting, he seems like more Ricky than Ricky Garrard-esque. You know what I mean? Just like the way he's just hanging out and just like waiting till they open the gate and then he bucks like, he's the crazy bull. And then also same with Tia. Are you gleaning that are you getting any of that demeanor from them?
I hope so. Like I'm really trying. Like, yeah, surround yourself with people that you want to be like, right? Yeah, I've always looked up to Jay with his confidence and how he's believed in himself. Like over the last 4 years, I've been just watching that, thinking like, man, how can I get that for myself, basically?
I mean, look at you here.
This was a fun session.
I mean, you look like a fucking you look like 5 Olympians wrapped into one.
Maybe not on those hurdles, but
damn. How long have you been in Nashville?
About 4 weeks now.
And are you in rest mode yet?
Yeah, we're in deload mode now. So we're still training, but it's not as much volume. And we go to Texas on Sunday.
Is it unsettling at all or nerve-wracking to be in deload mode? Like you feel like you could be losing something or you're not practicing? Is it hard to chill?
No, not at the moment. Like it's definitely needed. So yeah, just using the next few days to sort of rest, recover, and get the energy levels back. And then we'll be ready to go next week.
In your what sports did you play sports before CrossFit as a kid?
I did, but I started CrossFit when I was really young, so like it was always sort of the main thing. But I was also into athletics.
Which ones?
I liked the sprints, so 100 and 200, and I liked the throwing events.
Which throwing? Really?
Yeah, like shot put, javelin, discus.
Holy shit. And you're too little for that too, but that was your thing.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be the big fat girls.
Yeah, I know.
That must have been crazy out there. Did you compete in that in meets?
Yeah, and as the sort of levels progressed, I would show up and then all of a sudden I was up against some pretty big girls.
Yeah, you would probably go out. There would be, I'm guessing, 300-pound girls you're going up against. Girls who are twice your size, 280-pound girls, like giant women, right?
Well, this was going back when I was pretty young, like still in high school. So
I guarantee you in Nashville they have a 400-pound female shot putter. The girls do all those? Do girls do javelin, shot put, and discus? Those are both boy and girl sports?
yeah.
In the Olympics too?
Yeah.
And you did all 3 of those?
Yeah, I like them.
Oh, that's cool. How did you get into that? Did someone recruit you for that?
No, when I was really little, my mum just put me into little athletics. Obviously, like the throwing events sort of came later, but yeah, I was definitely into running when I was younger.
That would be like if when I went away to college, my mom's like, "Oh, you should try getting on the rowing team." And I just did like it was like prior to the internet, but I just did a little research. I'm like, is my mom out of her fucking mind? These are fucking giants. What am I? I'm gonna be like the coxman.
This is the current record holder in Nashville for shot put in high school, by the way.
Oh yeah, Maddie, you're as big as one of her legs. Holy cow! Wow. Yeah, look, they even said "holy cow." I didn't think of all of that. Look at, they even got a holy cow in there. Yeah, that's who I picture you went against.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
In your sporting career, is there a hardship that stands out above all the others? One that's like, whew, that one almost took me out, or that was the hardest thing to overcome?
I don't think so. I feel like I've been pretty lucky. Like, I guess not making the games the first couple of years was pretty hard. And then I think I took it better in the later 2 years. But yeah, I suppose that was just a journey. Like, that was a bit up and down. But I feel like, yeah, we've come a long way since then.
Did you ever in those 4 years off resign to the fact that you're never going to the games? Like, did you feel like there was an arc to you, like, oh fuck, I'm so pissed, I'm gonna go again, I can't believe I didn't make it, and then fail again, and then fuck it, I'm never going? Was there an arc to that?
I think there was definitely times where I fell out of love with CrossFit, but I think that's the reason why I've kept trying, is because every time I was so damn close. I'm like, I'm too close to give up. Like, it's literally within my reach. So
what was the worst you did at semifinals in those 4 years?
5th.
And was it, I'm guessing it was really close, and they were taking 3 at the time?
Yeah.
And I'm guessing it was really close. The third, 4th, and 5th were really close.
Yeah, most likely.
And were you always pretty were you always in control of your destiny too? I'm guessing, being that you were in 5th, meaning like going to the final event, like you always still had a little bit of the dream alive.
Yeah, and especially like last year too. Like, I was going into that event last year, like ready to rip its head off as well.
And what happened? And it didn't work out.
You can't bank on the last event saving you. Like, it's too competitive. You need to be on your game the whole time.
And now you're going to the games, and it's kind of crazy there. I forget who I was chatting with this, but there's a first place winner in all the regionals, right? All the semifinals, and there's 7 of them, and they're the best. One of them is going to do 7th or worst, even though they won their semifinal. There's only 7 spots at the top. One of them may even take like 30th, right?
Yeah.
Or 40th. And it's a what a wild ride. Now this next level of competition is on a whole nother level, right?
Yeah, the games is a whole nother beast.
Not even close to semifinals.
Not even close.
And so rookies who are nervous, the word to them was to be like, yeah, you should be nervous as fuck. Right? I mean, there's no like.
Yeah. I mean, like, I remember years ago, like, yeah, even getting through the weekend is hard. So it's a lot. It's like, it's double the events that you do
With
basically the same.
With girls who are all the best.
Pardon?
With girls who are all the best.
Yeah. There's some fierce girls there.
It must be weird for Tia because she has nowhere to turn because she's just a human too, and she has all the doubts that everyone else has, but she has nowhere to turn. It would be like hearing Taylor Swift complain about like something in her life, and everyone's like, fuck, you have a private jet and all the money in the world. But the truth is that Tia still has to go up there, and there's 39 girls just fucking after her. Like but she can't like show one iota of weakness.
Yeah, well, and she won't.
And she won't. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. When you were a kid and you were playing sports, you didn't have any hardships. You didn't have any you didn't do anything for like 10 years and then you had to quit. There was nothing that you were in for a long time and it was hard to switch.
No, as I said, I was starting to get pretty into sprinting, and I finally had like a sprinting coach at one point, and he sort of said like, look, you going to the CrossFit gym and doing like Murph isn't actually helping your sprinting anymore. So if you like want to take this seriously, then you might need to pull back on the CrossFit side of things. So I remember like having to sort of make that decision, and I ended up going with CrossFit and taking that more seriously.
And how old were you when that happened?
I was probably like 15.
How old were you when you met Jay?
I think Jay and I officially met in like 2018, just through like sponsors, I guess, like through the CrossFit scene.
So 6 years ago when you were 21.
Yeah.
And you were a games athlete and he was just some scrub.
Yeah. Well, I think he was a teams games athlete then.
Like I said, a scrub. I want to get back to you and Jay meeting in 1 second. When you found CrossFit when you were 13, you said?
Yeah.
Originally?
Yeah.
And how did that happen?
My mom started, and she thought that firstly that I would probably like it, and that it would be sort of like a healthy, positive environment for me, like especially like a young teen girl sort of going into like those teenage years where girls will drop out of sport. And she wanted to make sure that my sister and I still stayed in sport or did some form of exercise and stayed healthy.
And how old is your sister, older or younger?
She's younger.
How many years younger?
4 years.
Oh, so she started with you when she was 9.
Nah, I think she would have been there like kicking around, but yeah, no, she didn't start till later. She was probably a bit too young.
But she was in the environment.
Yeah.
And did you do a kids class?
No, there was no kids classes around back then. Oh, that's an old photo. That's cool.
Are you in there?
Yeah.
Which one are you?
I'm
You're on the left.
Yeah.
And your sister's on the right.
Yeah.
Oh, she got the height. Oh no, but you're leaning over a little bit. Yeah. So how tall is your mom? 4'11"?
Yeah, mom's shorter than me. She's a definite 5'2".
Crazy. I'll tell you this: you guys all look tall in the picture. You can't tell. All your proportions are good. No,
I think we've all got high shoes on in that photo.
Oh, okay. God, your mom must be so proud of you.
Yeah.
So she takes you there. Is your mom still doing CrossFit, Maddie?
No, not anymore. She's just in she goes to a Globo gym.
So, but she still trains. She works out.
Yeah.
Is your real name Madeline?
Yes.
Matt, and what's your middle name?
Joelle.
Madeline Joelle Sturt. and what? Why is that funny?
It's just funny. It sounds real
proper.
Yeah, real proper.
Madeline Joelle Sturt. And Madeline Joelle Sturt, who are you named after? Do you know how you got your name?
No one. Mom just liked it.
So you're in there at 13, and did you like it right away?
Yeah, I thought it was awesome.
And what did you like about it at 13?
I felt like there was just like so much to do, like so many different movements, so much to learn. And I thought that lifting weights was pretty cool. And like back then, mum sort of thought like I shouldn't lift too heavy while being so young. Like there was still sort of that stigma, I guess.
Like your growth plates could get damaged or something like that?
Yeah. So like when she wasn't looking, I'd be trying to like put more weight on my bar just to see what I could do.
Yeah, good for you. Awesome. Let's take a small break. Madeline Joelle Sturt, I'm rooting for you, Maddie. Are you still vegan?
I am vegetarian.
You're a veg,
But yes.
Meaning vegan, you only eat plants, and vegetarian, you would eat like an egg?
Yeah, eggs and like dairy.
And does that change throughout the season? Like, do you go through vegan and vegetarian stages depending on where you are in your training?
Nah, I'm typically always having eggs.
Why did you switch from being vegan to vegetarian?
I was trying to be as vegan as possible, I guess, but yeah, it wasn't happening. Like I've never had a lot of dairy, but I would just include it sometimes, like when I wanted like chocolate and ice cream and stuff like that. So I've still always sort of been like that since not eating meat, I guess.
But now you're incorporating. I'm guessing you're waking up every morning and it's like 4 eggs.
Yeah.
And why do you feel like that? Is that performance related? Or is that Shane telling you, hey, fatten up a little bit? Thanksgiving's coming.
No, look, I did want to still include eggs when I made the switch with my diet because I have chickens. So I was like, well, I know where these eggs are coming from.
Dirt twirler, Caleb. She got chickens. Dirt. That's another fucking data point. Dirt twirler. Chickens. Remember, she's not. I promise you, in 10 years, she won't be washing her hair. Go on. So you had chickens, and so you felt obligated to eat the eggs?
Yeah, and I did go off eggs for a little bit, but then I brought them back in. Yeah.
Hey, do you think I should get chickens?
Chickens are awesome. Everyone should get chickens.
It's not. You don't think it's like I would like to get them, and I would like my kids to raise them, and I'd like to have the fresh eggs, but you don't think like I'm romanticizing it, and like 2 months in, I'm gonna be like, fuck, why did I do this? This is so much work.
I don't think they're that much work. I think they're pretty chill, and especially if you like have a yard that you could let them roam around in. I think, and your kids would probably love it.
And who watches them when you're out of town?
Jay's parents or family.
Oh, that's really cool. Do you and Jay live together?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's serious. How long have you guys lived together?
Well, we've lived together since like 2020, but we bought a house in September last year.
Did you guys move in together did you guys live together on accident? Like you spent the night at his house or he spent the night at your house, and then it was like 3 days on, 1 day off, then 4 days on, 1 day off, then like 3 months you're there. Like, fuck, I'm so tired of going to my house getting my shit.
Well, I'm from Sydney, which is a different state to Jay. Like I'm from New South Wales. So it's like where I'm from and where Jay's from is about 9-10 hours. And it's a funny story. We were in Bali. Oh, I miss my dogs. Don't do that to me.
Oh my God, that guy is dope. Is that a lab or is that like some sort of hunting dog?
Nah, yeah, he's a German short-haired pointer.
Oh, he is so cute. I always wanted a pointer. And then you got an old rescue dog.
Yeah, he's my old rescue dog.
Okay, he's 112. I could tell.
Yeah.
Nice quads. Look at your legs. Jesus, you look like you're 5'7". Okay, go on. Okay, so tell me the funny story.
We were in Bali, like on a holiday, and we were the first flight to land back in Australia when you had to then quarantine, like COVID was just starting. And so I was like, well, I'll come to Melbourne with you. We'll do the 2 weeks quarantine together, and then I'll go home to Sydney. And
were
then
you dating at that time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then while we were in our 2 weeks quarantine, Australia locked down. And so I was just like, I live in Melbourne now.
Wow, that's awesome. Wow. Did you write a letter to your president? Dear, I don't know who your president is, or your prime minister, thank you for the lockdown. It made it so Jay couldn't get away. How was Jay? Did he get some guys could get, or even girls, people could get squirmish. Was he getting squirmish, or is he cool?
Nah, he was cool. He was the one saying to me like that I could move down, but at that point I was like, I don't want to move. Like I was happy where I was.
Either of you ever do any crazy shit like when you first started dating? Like you guys are talking on the phone, and then one of you loses your mind. You're like, "Fuck it, I'm jumping in my car and driving to come see you."
No, no one drove, but we were like sort of flying back and forth on weekends.
Yeah, like crazy, like ridiculous shit. Like, well, I can only come for a day, but I want to see you.
Yeah, basically, it wasn't just a day, but yeah, it was a pretty quick turnaround.
Isn't that part of life great? You're going to get old and you're not even going to be able to feel that passion anywhere else in your life. But congratulations that you had it once. It just completely goes away. It's so weird.
Yeah.
So it's so weird. Okay, so going back to so you're 13 and you're in the gym, and at some point do you start thinking, oh, I'm pretty good at this? Like you're starting to like beat the adults?
No, I don't think so. Like I think there was like at that point in time in that gym, there was Justine Beath and Courtney Fitzharris. So Justine's been to the games as an individual and a team, and Courtney's been on a team. So I was always sort of looking at them and like watching them, and I was like, oh, maybe one day I'll be as good as them. But like I wasn't at that point in time.
And how were they with you? Were they cool? Like they come pat you on the head? Good job.
Yeah,
They were
they
nice?
were cool. They were older than me, but yeah, no, they were cool.
And then when you were 13, how often were you doing it?
Well, I honestly at that point I was probably just trying to do it as much as I could, like as many times as my like mom or grandparents would drop me there.
So it was like that. You would be like, hey, can you take me to a CrossFit class?
Yeah.
And you started doing them immediately without even if your mom wasn't doing it, you liked it so much you would just go do a class.
Yeah.
And your grandparents would just like sit there like I sit there when my kids do jujitsu?
No, they would leave and come back.
Oh, okay. I can't do that. I ain't leaving my kids. Yeah, other parents do that with their kids too. I ain't leaving my kids. I'd have never left you, Maddie. If I was your dad, I'd have never left you. Be like, hey, stay away from my daughter. Don't work out next to her. And so, and what was the name of that gym?
The first gym I started in was CrossFit Penrith.
Penrith?
Penrith, yeah.
Penrith. What's that mean?
Oh, that's just the name of the suburb.
Okay. And then so you're there, and how long are you there? And then is there what was the next step? Did you do a comp finally?
I think we ended up moving gyms and like sort of following like Justine and Courtney back then, like the crew that we were sort of friends with, we followed them. But yeah, I made regionals in 2014 when I was 17 and still in school. So yeah, that was like a pretty cool experience.
Were you trying to make it, or was it kind of on accident? You were just doing the open and you did well, and
I wanted to make it, but I didn't know like if I could. So yeah, like that was awesome. And then the next year, I really wanted to make it. I wanted to go back, and I didn't make it, and that lit the fire.
And what gym was that at?
CrossFit Nepean.
That's you?
Yeah.
You're crazy. Look how long is your hair that long now?
Yeah, it's still that long.
Oh. What that's 530 weeks ago. That's oh my god, that's
2014.
That's 10 years ago.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Wow. Okay, so made it at 17, 18 don't make it, lights a fire under your ass. And what does that look like? Train more, eat better, go sleep more. What does that look like?
Yeah, all of the above.
And then you make it to the games.
Yeah, made it back to regionals. So as far as I was concerned, that was my goal, like tick. And then all of a sudden, day 3, last workout, I was in contention for a games ticket.
And who went to the games that year from Australia?
Tia, Cara, Alethea, and
Wow, crazy.
probably Justine.
And you?
I think.
God, it's funny when I don't talk to Australians, I could give two shits, but when I talk to you now, I'm like, how crazy is it that you guys every year it's just different? You never know how many people are going.
Yeah.
2, 4, 5. So you had 5 people go that year.
Yeah. So every regionals from when I was at regionals, it was always 5 spots.
Okay. And now it's not though.
Yeah. And then it dropped to, then we went through the what were they? Were they sanctionals? Where it was
okay.
one
Let's just
spot.
say that. It went down to 1 spot?
Yeah. Were they sanctionals through the 2019, 2020?
I can't even remember. So there were times when Australia only got 1 spot.
Yeah.
Holy shit, crazy.
And then it went to what it is now, which was 3 spots. Okay. And then this year we got 4.
4. And this year it was let me see. Are all these girls new except for you who are going?
Yeah. All the other girls are rookies. It's awesome.
Grace Walton, Maddie Sturt, Daisy McDonald, Georgia Pryor. Oh, I had Daisy McDonald on. She was great.
Yeah, Daisy's cool.
I thought I had Grace Walton on before with her boyfriend, but maybe I have her confused with someone else. Does she have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
No, she does? Or maybe I watched a podcast and I thought it was my own podcast. Yeah, that's cool. Man, Daisy's so pumped.
Yeah, Daisy's awesome. She's from the same area as where we live now. We were dropping into the gym she trains at to do our open workouts. So it was really cool.
And then in 2021, you went to a sponsor shoot promo, and there was Jay Crouch.
Well, I guess 2018, 2019.
So is that the first time you saw him? You showed up to some sponsorship event, and there's that dude?
Yeah, basically.
And what sponsor was it? Do you remember?
Reebok.
Okay. And where was the event?
Back then Reebok used to do athlete summits, which was pretty cool. And we would go to Bali or Thailand, or we even did one in Queensland where they sort of got all their athletes together and we could do training and activities.
Oh shit. Okay. So it wasn't. Okay. Look at this. This Shane Russell guy looks like Chris Spieler. That's who I thought that was.
And Rob Forte's there.
Yeah, that's cool as shit. I don't see you though. Are you there?
Yeah, that's me there in the middle.
Oh, okay. God, you look different in every picture. And is that the actual event where you first met Jay?
I don't remember. There would have been a few, but I think this was the games trip. So Reebok had a house, and we were training before the games.
Oh, so you don't tag yourself? Could you tag yourself in that video, or no? That's not how Instagram works.
No, I don't think that's how Instagram works.
Oh, okay. Can she? Could she? What are you laughing at, Caleb? Could she tag herself?
Probably not.
Okay. All right. Fine. Fuck it. I would just make it easier for the picture. So that's why she's not tagging there, because it's her post. Shut up. Shut it. You use Starlink. Okay. And so when you see him, are there sparks right away, Maddie?
We were just friends for a bit there. But then, yeah, I think end of 2019 was when we started dating. And
it must be trippy, these people who aren't clothed, barely clothed. They're in their nighttime clothing, but you guys work out so hard together and there's sweat flying around. And I'm guessing, I don't know the science in it, but I'm guessing there's all sorts of chemicals coming off of people's bodies and shit, and people are glowing and their shit's mingling, right?
What are we talking about?
It's just an
describing a festival or something.
it's just a really intimate setting, right? To work out with, here you are, this powerful young woman who's in her prime for courtship, and then you're with these men who are these powerful young men, and they're in their prime for courtship, and you're trying to stay focused on working out, and yet you're in this place where your DNA is expressing itself at the highest level, and like you're trying to stay focused on the activity. I'm just guessing it must be intense.
I guess. I mean, I'm normally pretty focused on what I'm doing.
Yeah. Did Jay make the move on you, or did you make the move on him?
I think it was pretty mutual.
Yeah, mutual.
Yeah.
So just like two magnets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Is that the truth, or are you just telling me that you don't want to hurt his feelings? Like, oh, fuck, he wouldn't leave me alone. He was like a dog trying to sniff my butt.
No, it was mutual.
Okay. It's so and did you ever think that maybe you even though there was an attraction there, that it could be bad for the task at hand of being the best that you would be? Like, did your brain play any tricks on you and try to sabotage it?
I remember like wondering whether it was a good idea or not, even from like a like sponsorship standpoint. Like if we were gonna have to keep seeing each other, like if we started something and then it sort of broke down, like what was it going to be like at future events or competitions,
right?
If we had to keep seeing each other. But
did you guys ever have that talk like beforehand? Like, hey, no matter what, let's be cool.
I don't think so, because I think we were both just on the same page, I guess.
Smitten, I think, is the word. Smitten.
Yeah.
It's a trip because like I don't know how it is in Australia, and I haven't had a real job ever in my life, but I think with people who have real jobs, you're not supposed to date the people at your work. Like there's rules against that, which is just crazy, because like where the fuck are you supposed to meet people? You're at work you're like working behind the counter at McDonald's, and like that you're working, but those are also like those are the people you're going to date because you're with them all day, right? Those are the people you're getting to know.
Yeah. I hear a lot of like the boys that we train with say like, yeah, don't bring your girlfriend to the gym.
Well, that's probably a good idea too. Probably, I'm guessing a lot of girls wouldn't want their boyfriends training with you.
With me?
Yeah, with you, or with any girls, but specifically you. I mean, would you if you, let's say you were just a normal girl, you weren't Madeline Joelle Sturt, you were just a regular girl, you wouldn't want your boyfriend training with fucking 5 CrossFit girls? There's no fucking way.
Probably not.
Yeah, it would be crazy. And then are you guys when you guys met, were you on different training programs? Different coaches, I'm assuming?
I was joining the same programming as Jay at that same point in time.
Oh.
I was in the camp.
And what camp was that?
That was Rob Forte's program.
Okay. And everyone knows Rob Forte is the legend in Australia. And then there's Chad McKay and Cara Saunders, but Rob is like the OG of OGs. I mean, he probably competed at the ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day. I feel like
when was the ranch? I don't know, but yes, Rob's been
2009
to the times.
Yeah, I feel like he's been around forever. He was kind of like, you know who he kind of reminds me of? I'm just talking out of my ass, but Yanikoski. He was like Yanikoski kind of is like Rob Forte 2.0. Didn't Rob always win like one event or something? Like he would show up to the games and like usually just kick ass in something.
Yeah, well, I know Rob won 333. Okay.
Yeah, he was always good for one. Like he was always gonna cause problems somewhere. And did you look up to Rob at the time? Did you know, like as you came up in your CrossFit career, you're like, yep, there's this dude in Australia and it's Rob Forte, and he's like, that's
yeah. I knew he'd been to the games a lot of times and he won regionals a lot of times as well.
And so being in Australia, being with him was kind of the highest you could go on the continent there.
Yeah.
And then at what point do you come to Proven, and do you come to Proven first, or does Jay, or do you guys come together?
Technically it was Jay. So after Torian last year, we knew that like Jay needed to do something different for the games. So that's when we reached out to Proven to see if they would have Jay, I guess. So yeah, I traveled over with Jay, but Jay was training for the games, and I was just sort of I was training with Tia, like as she was coming back from having Willow, which was awesome. So and then that gave me the opportunity to also watch the athletes train for the games last year.
And when you would train with Tia, how was that? Did you feel like you were overstepping your bounds, or was it open arms? Come on, Maddie, let's go, Madeline.
Nah, Tia's open arms. She's the best.
Yeah. Hey, what are you doing sitting there? Come get some.
Yeah.
And how many times do you think you've worked out with her? Is it like over 100 times now?
Yeah, probably.
Crazy. And interviewing Jay, he sounds just completely at home, like in like a pig in slop, as they say. Like just are you in that same camp? You guys are just like, fuck, you're just bathing and just
yeah, it's awesome. It's so cool. All the coaches are amazing. The gym's amazing. It's a great group of people to be around.
They announce the cuts, and the workouts, right? Oh, look, and even a different look. Look at Shane. Ever get mad at you?
Yeah, a little bit sometimes.
What's that like? He looks like he could be serious as a heart attack, and he got a really deep voice. Madeline.
Yeah, well, like I don't want that because, like, I mean, he's only trying to get the best out of me. So if he says something, I'm like, damn, he's right.
Can you give me an example of something he'd say?
The other day, like we were talking about like the clean ladder and what like my max clean is. And he said, oh, like I think you've got a pretty good max clean. And I was like, oh, really? Like I think there's a lot of girls that can clean more. And he was like, what the fuck is that attitude?
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
When he does that, does he walk closer to you too?
Nah, he'll probably just walk away, and I'm like, oh fuck. Yeah.
Close the distance.
I need to check myself.
So the work. So we know that you guys do workout. One is some running and swimming, and then we know that there's the Chad, and then we know that there's the nighttime workout, which is some sort of sprint, and then some sort of variant on a mile run. Or when you see those, and then you know that it's going to be Chad, and then the cut. How do you process that? Or does it make you optimistic? Does it make you pissed?
Well, there's still like more events in there to be announced. But no, I like
three more, right?
Yeah, before that.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But no, I like the workouts that have been announced so far. I think they're all awesome. And it's just one event at a time. Like you can't get ahead of yourself or be thinking about something that's in a day or two's time or 3 workouts time. Like there's always one workout to do, like one workout in front of you. So you just need to focus on that.
Since you've been working, is Tia your main training partner?
Yeah. We've had a pretty good crew. Tia, Jay, Pete Ellis has come over as well. And then Caroline Stanley was here for a couple of weeks ago. So yeah.
So I'm guessing, since you've spent so much time with Tia, that you starting to know where you are compared to her, and if you guys are out on the field at the same time, that gives you some idea of pacing, right?
Yeah.
So like, okay, I can stay with her here. I'm faster with her here. I'm slower with her than her here. And so when you see her, is that a benefit to training camps? I've never heard anyone talk about that. That at least okay, if she's there, I should be here. Or no?
I don't know if it's a benefit. Like it's definitely helped my training and made me push in training more. But yeah, like again, anything can sort of happen on the day. Like just because it was like this in training doesn't mean it's going to be like that on the day.
Bernie Gannon, Madeline Joelle Sturt needs to prepare some return zingers for Shane. Start with sorry, Mr. Toomey. Ooh.
Sorry, Mr. Toomey.
Oh man, Bernie. Okay. You ever been in the zone? I don't even know what that means, but you ever been in the zone in an event at a competition?
Like where you sort of don't really feel it.
I guess. I'm just don't ruin my question. Act like you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And did that happen in Australia when you start getting 3, 4 first place finishes? Are you like, are there some of those workouts where you're like, whoa, like almost like an out of body experience where like you don't like your body's breathing itself?
Yeah, I guess. And you sort of like finish and you look back and you're like, oh, damn, like how did that happen? Or like, yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Hey, those 3 first place finishes, could you have gone harder on those?
Maybe. In the first event, I was like going into the last run, like, man, I need to pick this run up because I do not want to be like doing a barbell battle, touch and go battle with like one of the other girls. So I was like, I need to make sure I'm back in there first and on the barbell first.
So that was 5 rounds, like 800-meter run or 600, 800, 5 rounds. It was, did you start 800-meter run and then 10 clean and jerks for 5 rounds?
Yeah.
And so you come in from that last run and did you grab the barbell first? You didn't have to catch anyone on the barbells?
Yeah.
And when you're doing the barbells, do you see someone else come in?
Yeah, there was a girl like a sort of across from me, and then I think the next person who was like right next to me was Grace.
Yeah. I'm looking for who took second in that. Second was Michelle Hayes.
Yeah. Yeah, she was a good runner. She was a very good runner.
And when did you take the lead on that event? Which round?
It was hard to tell because Michelle was literally on the opposite side to me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's sort of trippy with how it was set up.
Mm-hmm. I understand because you could think you're tied with someone, but really they're 40 meters ahead of you.
Yeah.
Is passing people fun on that workout? Like, were there any rounds where you passed like 10 people and you're like, you just feel amazing?
Yeah, but again, like you knew that it was sort of like a mind fuck, I guess, coming back in. You didn't know like who was in what lane, who was like right there, or who had to run all the way around. So it was sort of hard to know. So I remember thinking like not really getting too caught up or looking into it too much until like that 4th or so round. And you knew people were going to go out too hot as well. So
is the ideal spot to be in there kind of like in the person who has the furthest to go to get outside, because then you know that if you pass everyone, you're in first?
Yeah, I guess that person would be able to like tell and be able to see everyone.
Right. And then the person who's closest to the exit, they're fucked. They don't know shit.
Yeah, they don't know that. Like as soon as I suppose someone passed them on the first run, like they'd pass.
Yeah, you're like, wow, they're really beating me.
Yeah.
So you go in there but you know when you get in there and you grab the bar, you know, oh, it's just me.
Yeah.
And do you remember how many you got off before the next girl came in?
There was girls, like those 2 girls were doing clean and jerks at the same time, but I had already done a few reps.
Okay, but do you remember doing them and then seeing, oh shit, there's Grace Walton, now she's in here?
Yeah, but I knew that I had enough of a gap, but I do not remember the exact amount of reps.
Did you do any touch and go?
No.
But did you take any breaks, or was it just drop it, go, drop it, go?
It was drop it, go, drop it, go. God,
it must have felt good to finish that one.
Yeah. And that was a funny day because you literally had one event. So you literally came in, did that event, and then you're like, all right, see you.
Yeah. And then how did you like that setup? It was pretty cool for the fans. 1, 2, 3.
I thought it was cool. It did, I guess, make it feel like it dragged out. But I thought it was cool how, yeah, it was sort of like building, like we had one event, then two events, and then like who on day 3 is when people start feeling sorry for themselves, and we still had 3 events to go.
Right, and you can't let that happen. Bailey Martin has some friendly words. Jay Crouch is a pussy ass bitch. Well, that's very sweet.
Wow.
I think that's how you say I love you in Australian.
Yeah.
Are they friends?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Whew. I would have been better if you'd been like, no, they're not. The boys are the boys have put together quite a impressive crew. These Australian boys now, with Ricky, Bailey, and Jay. This is they're. This is, yeah. These guys are fucking legitimate contenders.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it really is awesome. Who do you think gets more anxious to go, you or Jay?
Probably me, but I don't know. I'm feeling good. Like, I'm pumped.
Yeah.
I feel like it's my rookie year all over again, but with experience.
Yeah, that's awesome. Anything you've told yourself, any lessons like you're bringing, like, you know, like the cliche one is, okay, make sure to enjoy yourself and look around. Like, do you have any things that you're prepping for the games for your own personal experience?
I mean, enjoying yourself is an important one, because you don't want to get to the end of the weekend and not have enjoyed yourself. But I guess like being proud of my effort, like, yeah, I want to give each event everything I've got.
Is that possible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think you need to walk away from each event like being happy with your effort. Like, why would you leave some out, you know? Like, I think I'd be pretty disappointed if you didn't give it everything.
Someone told me one time that it's not about winning or losing a fight. It's about leaving emotionally intact. And the way I understood that is in fighting, at least, is like, hey, when you were there, did you give yourself permission to put it to the other guy? Like, did you really, you know what I mean? Really give yourself the permission to fucking go. And so kind of relating that to what you're saying, like, at some point, whether it's a millisecond before 3, 2, 1, go, or right at go, but you have to be completely in your body, Madeline Joel Sturt, and go. Like, the noise has to turn off.
Yeah.
You think that have there ever been any where you felt that you left like emotionally compromised, that you let yourself down and that you kick yourself?
No, I just know like those first 2 years, I was definitely struggling with like the emotional roller coaster. And I know my approach to 2018 and 2019 was a bit different, and that seemed to work a lot better. So yeah, I want to have that same approach, which was, make sure I'm enjoying myself.
Are you surprised? The years you've been to the games, are you surprised by the emotional roller coaster that's the games? It's something that I feel like the fans don't ever really get to see, but just the huge ups and downs that come with just the massive amount of body fatigue that you push yourself through.
Yeah.
Is it pretty wild?
Yeah, it is wild. Like, as we said before, like the games is a whole different beast. So yeah, it's definitely a ride.
Is it being emotional always bad, or can you harness that? Or is it always just a drain? Or are there times when you're like, okay, I can use this?
Yeah, I think there's times for everything. Like, there's definitely times where you need to just harden up and just go, and then there's times where you can harness being a bit more emotional, and letting that push you.
This Chad workout, is there a strategy to it, or is it a sprint?
I don't think it's a sprint.
It's not a sprint. It's not just go as hard as you can and hang on for 1,000 steps.
No, I don't think so. I think you'll end up dropping your pace a lot if you do that. But I'm sort of just waiting to hear more about like what the twist is. Like we saw that Dave released that it's like a step over, but what exactly that looks like, and it looks like Trista's locking out her hips even though it's an over. So I just want to hear more information first, and I feel like the step over will make it even longer of a workout.
What about things that we hear leaking now that there's rumblings that triple unders, like, do you guys hear that stuff too? Like all of a sudden we see all these athletes preparing triple unders. Do you hear stuff like that too?
I only hear it through like all the media with you guys.
Okay, so you're not in the room, and Shane's like, okay, we have some intel that quality intel, 80% chance there's going to be triple unders. Bring out the triple unders.
Not at all.
No, okay. Oh, interesting. So it could be just some athlete practicing triple unders just to fuck with everyone else.
Yeah, I don't know. There, like I have seen on like through all the media stuff that there's rumors that people have leaked things, but I haven't heard anything.
Oh shit! Bears just scored a touchdown. Awesome. God, I love it. Do you practice that stuff anyway? Like now that you see it and now that it's leaked, will you be like, oh, well, I better put in a little time?
We have been touching on triple unders as well, but like we've been doing all the skipping, crossovers, triple unders, drag ropes, Zeus, like the heavy ropes, the road ropes, everything.
No stone left unturned.
Nah, anything can come up.
Yeah. And how's your walking on your hands?
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm excited. Huge Maddie Sturt fan. Stoked you came on. I really appreciate you. I'm excited to see you and Jay in person. Thanks for your time. And yeah, you're gonna kill it, man. You sound you sound and look locked in.
Thanks, Yvonne. Thanks for having me.
And if you miss a day of washing your hair, remember it only takes a week for like your natural oils to start like cleaning your hair.
Okay.
All right. It would go perfect with the chickens and the vegetarian lifestyle.
Yeah.
All right. If you're going for the whole image.
I'll keep that in mind.
All right, dear. Thank you very much for coming on so close to the event.
That's okay. Thank you.
All right. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Maddie Sturt. Maddie, you were great. So cool. Sevon, you missed a Bajan touchdown. What's going on? Can anyone tell me?
No.
No one can tell me?
A Bajan touchdown.
Oh, what happened?
It was Brett Ripien. I don't know who this guy is, but he threw another touchdown. He's actually the only one who's thrown touchdowns this entire game.
Is he on the Bear?
Yes.
Oh, Bajan's not in?
He was in. He threw 2 for 3 for 16 yards, and that's it. And I'm guessing they only put him in for a couple snaps, just like kind of they did it last year in the preseason games. But this Brett Ripien guy is who's playing at the moment.
Okay, I'm trying get ESPN. Should I get it? It's $109.
You don't have it already?
I don't know.
Oh.
It says log in. Oh, then I don't do Disney. It says log into your ESPN with my Disney account. I don't do that.
Oh, you don't have Disney either?
No.
Oh.
And YouTube TV's $1,000 a year.
What?
Yeah.
Hell no.
$74 a month.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Seems a little. What about Peacock? Is it on Peacock? I was thinking about getting Peacock.
Peacock is really only showing Olympic Games right now.
Oh.
I think we had it too, but I think it's a waste of time having Peacock.
Nah, 170. It used to be 40. Let me see. YouTube TV. I just saw it the other day. $70.
I just got I have the whole package of Hulu with ESPN Plus and Disney Plus. It just all comes in one.
All right. NFL, yeah. Wait, is NFL oh yeah, or ESPN. I think ESPN's just $9 a
Yeah, it's like $10 a month.
I don't see ESPN on YouTube TV. See all the channels.
I only have Hulu, so I can watch Bachelor and Bachelorette.
Are you joking?
No, I'm not kidding. Actually, it's a great show.
Oh
If you just want to watch like trash TV and just honestly, it's my favorite thing to do every whatever day it comes on because it gives me an opportunity to just shit on people. Like me and my wife will go back, we'll watch it live together. Right now, obviously we're not together, but she'll play it at the same time as I play it, and we'll just text back and forth for the 2 hours and just shit on the contestants. It's so fun.
Use ESPN. Use the QR code over there by Caleb's head to get 40% off of Fit Aid. Hey, listen, I watched that show and I felt so fucking dirty. It felt so below me. I watched the whole season Luke Parker was on, and I seriously, I felt I started like hating humanity. It was like watching Trump at the National Black Caucus last week, and it's like anyone being confused about Kamala being a DEI hire. It's like we know she's a DEI hire. They told us that. Biden told us that he was picking a black woman because it was a woman and it was black. That's the essence of a DEI hire. And then like, do you accept that or not? Like, I'm not upset that you're doing DEI hire nearly as much as if now you're a fucking lying piece of shit. And when I watched that show, people were so mean to Luke on the show.
Mean, maybe he just wasn't really that cool of a guy anyway.
Tessa 7, I'm going to my first CF class tomorrow. That's cool.
Oh, congrats. Good for you.
I'd like to hear about that.
You watch The Bachelor? Because that's what matters. It's a great show. I enjoy it. Also, Bachelor, it's just hilarious watching people try to like fight over somebody.
God, it just seems, yeah. God, I just feel laugh out loud. No, seriously, I want to know about it.
No, she says she doesn't watch Bachelor.
Oh. How long has that show been on?
Forever. I think it's probably damn near 30 seasons.
So so the Bears are winning?
I think they are now, yes. But they also just dropped a punt or a kickoff. Oh no, they are. They're winning.
So so Tyson's out. He won't come back in.
He might come back in later, but they're probably not throwing him out there all that much just so their backups can get reps. Well, I didn't even see Caleb Williams on the roster.
Why wouldn't they let him play 2 quarters and then let the other guy play 2 quarters?
Because there's 3 or 4 quarterbacks.
Did Tyson fuck up? Is that why they pulled him out or no?
No, I don't think so.
Huh.
I think they know what he's capable of because he's been around for the past 2 years.
I wonder if I type in to Google what's a DEI hire, what it says. Oh, this is funny. A DEI hire refers to a person who is hired through the process that uses DEI. This process ensures that all candidates, regardless of their background, have an equal opportunity to get the job. Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Equal opportunity, but we're going to make sure that the person with colored skin is going to be the one that gets hired.
Well, I don't think they're at the top of the they're not on the protected class hierarchy. The blacks aren't on the top of the protected class hierarchy anymore.
Oh, who is it now?
It's like some version of some trans, like if you were a black tranny, you would I think you're way higher than just like a black.
Oh, person. you just have to have all the infinity stones to be on the top.
You are on the lowest though.
Okay. Yeah, I am for sure.
How tall are you?
6'2".
Yeah.
6'2" white guy, 6'2" fit white guy. Yeah, I'm fucked.
You're
with totally like a quarter Mexican. They don't give a shit about me.
No, Mexicans don't even fucking make the.
Just because I tan good doesn't.
Dude, Mexicans don't even you're nothing.
Right.
Mexicans are just lumped up with and the truth is too is it's not all black people. It's only you have to be effeminate or obese, or you can't believe in personal accountability or personal responsibility. You have to play the victim. So
Oh,
if they
yeah,
catch
that's you know who
they
that
catch
sounds like?
if they catch you thinking differently, you're fucked.
That sounds like what's her name? Evelyn Curry?
I
Sounds
don't
like
know
her.
her. I don't know her.
I think you know her.
I don't know her. Do
But-
not bring that up.
Okay.
Please do not bring that up.
Noted.
Listen. I'm going to the CrossFit Games, and I'm part
She
of
went
the
after-
brand. I understand.
She went after my people.
I understand. I understand. She went after.
All right.
Hey, that's a great response. She did go after your people. She did disparage you because of the color of your skin. I understand that.
And my job, man. She got
Oh,
no
and she
respect
went
for
after
people at my
and she
job.
went after, yeah, and she went after the military, which is crazy, right? Because that protects her rights to have those, to be able to say those things.
Yeah.
No, I'm not bringing it up. Listen, I'm going to the games. Listen.
Yep. That's
Call
my
me
bad.
Stefan.
My bad. It's my bad.
I wish I knew how to say sell out in Armenian.
I'll hold
Like,
on to it. Oh, that's
Thank you.
deep rooted. It's okay. So hold on to it.
After the games, can we talk about it after the games? Can you make a list of things?
Yeah. She's
Okay.
on the list. It's on the list.
All right. Okay. Yeah, especially since it is the oh man, you got me started. Especially since that is the base of CrossFit, our first responders and they protect our constitution.
The
Okay,
way that what you
run away. I go ahead. I should go. Go ahead.
your the debate this morning with Tanner.
Yeah,
You did a great job.
I
Good.
thought I did a horrible job. Sousa told me that too, and I thought he was Andrew. Go away, Andrew.
You're
Go
a
away.
horrible moderator.
I'm
You're a horrible moderator.
Yeah.
However, the arguments made were pretty good. So I'll give you that. I think Taylor did a really good job of staying like level-headed. So he was like obviously talking some shit like he normally does, but it was good. I think it was a good argument, and you really like you.
Did you enjoy the show? At the end of the day, I guess all that matters. What did the comments say? I'm
Yeah.
almost afraid to look at the comments. Am I getting just ass pounded?
I did enjoy the show. It got me wound up.
And
I
I like
started spouting it off
I
to a bunch
like
of people
Tanner.
about
Tanner seemed to like get frustrated or put his tail between his legs a few times. I didn't want him to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think he expected to like have like a mutual discussion about it, you know.
Oh shit! There's a fucking gazillion comments.
I read a lot of comments on that one.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
This dude sucks. I'm 13 minutes in. I can't stand to listen. Tanner was something and Taylor wasn't a cartoon character. This guy is a tool. So we disavow the entire methodology because of a few bad gyms. I know the bad gyms thing doesn't like. I don't want to hear anything about the bad gyms. There's more bad doctors than there are bad gyms. That it's like a moot point.
100%.
7 minutes in, Taylor's winning 36-0. This is a this is a carryover, but if reps build strength as fast as load, marathon runners would be squat wizards. Yeah, marathon runners are horrible at squats. He has crazy eyes, bruh. CrossFit made me strong, but my family called me gay. My family called me gay, and then CrossFit made me strong, so we're the opposite. Can't we do both? Yeah, Tanner can't make any kind of logical argument. As soon as I said I personally avoid politics, he lost the debate. I've been doing CrossFit for 3 years. A few months ago, I had to lift 2 bags of concrete. I put 2 of these bags of concrete into a trash bag. You need to lift them up to my shoulders in order to put them. Okay, dude, bro.
I think he would just get stuck on one argument, and then he would like an example would be made, and then he would just get stuck on that example and just like try to talk about how stupid that example was, and he just did a really poor job of explaining himself.
Afterwards, fucking Sousa gave me an earful too, which was pretty awesome. He talked about and maybe he should have been on the show too, but the adaptation you get from intensity was something that we didn't talk about. And that's the thing. If you don't think you're going to get fucking fitter by doing stronger by doing Cindy, you're out of your fucking mind. I mean, I mean, I don't know if you're going to go from 500 to 505. You might, if you work on Cindy too much, you might go from 500 to 450. But if you're even if you're a, I don't know, you can get stronger just from doing air squats, like significantly stronger, depending on where you are in your fitness journey. Yeah. And this thing kept saying about people with average, who are just average. That's not true at all. There's world-class fighters who pick up CrossFit and their fucking game goes to the next level.
Right. I mean, look at the boxer that Dave Castro trained. I mean,
Right.
he trained that guy and he's exponentially better at boxing. I think the idea of specializing in your sport to be good at your sport is so absurd. I could give you
Well, he was
50
using
different
kind of the God argument. It's like, do you know what I mean? Well, God made it that way, or God saved this, or God, like whenever someone can't explain anything, they go to the God argument. So he was using get stronger as just like this end all. But if you were stronger, and in that sense, then there's like, okay,
Sure.
that could be one of the pieces.
Yeah, I think he is. I mean, obviously, he has like something to gain from providing strength tips for people. You know what I mean? So,
I hate it when people talk about CrossFit as marketing too, or they talk about any of that. Like we went out of our way to not sell shit. Like we would make videos and put them in the journal with clips from the L1 every single day, and we would want to put a link in the journal that said, if you would like to take this course, and Greg would be like, no, I'm not trying to sell anything.
I remember.
I'm just like, Jesus Christ, dude, it's not selling stuff, it's just making it easy for people. He's like, nope.
I remember when I first started doing CrossFit, like obviously everybody just wants to buy the CrossFit stuff. They want the t-shirt, they want the socks, like the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I remember trying to find CrossFit stuff, anything.
Yeah.
And there was never any. It was like, oh, we're gonna sell a bike for $5. Like it'll be like very specific things that are not anything that I care to have or use, but CrossFit was selling them. It's like, I want a t-shirt. Just sell me a $20 t-shirt. And the only way to get a t-shirt was to go to an L1 and get a t-shirt and like use the Reebok. And that's how I got my first CrossFit t-shirt.
Oh, we have a CrossFit store now.
Yeah, with black boxes. Anyway, sorry.
God, my brain is just reeling with what you brought up of all these things I want to ask you. I forgot that you were in the military. Yeah, that part. Yeah.
I do that sometimes.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. That sucks.
Fuck, dude. It's just disappointing. It's whatever.
Yeah, that's we will let's put that on the list here. I'm going to get a little sticky note.
I do understand what Tanner's saying though, where he's like, "Oh, you need to have more strength to be able to live your life to the fullest, the longest, the greatest you can possibly live it." However, I think there are various different ways that you can reach that point, and to get the greatest amount of adaptation across broad times and modal domains and all those various modalities is obviously going to be CrossFit. Like you doing strength training, and I liked your point where you're like, yeah, if you play jiu-jitsu or if you compete in jiu-jitsu and you strictly follow a squat, bench, deadlift training program,
yeah,
you're going to be bound like a fucking rubber band ball, and you're not going to be able to move.
Injury's imminent.
Imminent. Whatever the word is, you're more likely to become injured doing that than you are doing your functional fitness, doing your CrossFit.
And then he pivoted to no, you should just do more of jiu-jitsu. No, that's not true. There's good supplemental training. You know what is interesting, by the way, during that show, I didn't bring it up, but if you Google like what sport people live the longest, you know what it is?
What's that?
It's fucking tennis. I mean,
Wow,
according
really?
to Google. I mean, I like take it with a huge truckload of sand, but they live
Sure.
on like 10 years longer than the average person.
I
And you
could
know what's
imagine.
crazy about racket sports? I used to play a lot of racquetball, and there would be these dudes who were like the best in the club,
Mm,
and they're just fucking in there cracking it, and they're old dudes. And then when they walk out, they can barely fucking walk. And I feel like pickleball is like that too. And I feel golf and tennis are like that too. I see dudes playing on the court, but like when they walk to the court or walk off the court, they look like they need a fucking walker. It's a trip. Racket sports are
yeah.
weird.
I remember seeing something. The knees over toes guy had some sort of spiel about that, where if you're capable of doing activity like do explosive sports and be able to move well, but you're not able to move around in your day-to-day life, then you're not like adequately strong or something like that.
Sure.
And there was like some sort of he was like saying like, okay, well, you need to train X or whatever. But that is kind of bizarre that you have people who are capable once a game or some sort of target is put in their point of view, and then they can just execute that until they walk off the court and then they're crippled. It's
Yeah,
weird.
then they're fucking crippled. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, I would imagine if you're a strength athlete, that's going to be the case unless you're supplementing it with functional fitness, 150 air squats for time.
It's
Whatever.
weird. The sports come to this point where the modality, the lifestyle protocol that is CrossFit has reached a point to where people like Tanner say, if you want to get good at CrossFit, do CrossFit. When it's like, no, it's the best for GPP. It's the best if you're going to be a hunter. It's the best if you're rehabbing. It's best if
Right.
like, yeah, it's weird that it's
CrossFit
come.
is not a sport at its base. It is
Yeah,
not a sport.
right.
It is it's a modality for life.
Yeah.
Everything you use CrossFit for your life. You use CrossFit so you can chase down bad guys. You use CrossFit so you can hike through the mountains. You use CrossFit so you can carry your ruck and your weapon and everything else so that you
So you
can
can
get
fuck
to
your
the objective
girlfriend in a
if
tight
need be.
shower.
Exactly.
Carry your
You
lady.
can pick her up and fuck her in the tight shower. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You use CrossFit so that you can go fucking kill bad guys in the mountains.
There was this guy who was yoked out of his fucking mind at Sousa's gym.
Mm.
And it was just he couldn't fucking move.
Wow.
He couldn't, you know what I mean? He just couldn't like he couldn't move.
Just
He
a
couldn't,
bodybuilder.
yeah, just a bodybuilder. You know, he's got like 8 good pull-ups in him and like, you know, some push-ups,
Right.
but the running was just crazy.
Oh, really?
That's what my girlfriend and I did in Australia when we showered. Get all the shower sex in you can before you have kids.
That's right.
Jesus Christ. That's just the look. That's just for,
It's for the profile pic.
yeah.
Yep. Respect.
Thank you.
Why don't you map this dick?
No cap.
On God.
Oh, I was in a meeting today. Shit. And someone used a term I didn't know. Damn.
Oh boy.
And I wrote it down. Damn, I'm gonna have to find my notes. And I wrote it down. I need to look it up. What was the term you used, Jude? On guard?
On God.
On God? What's that mean?
It's like
For real?
for
On
real.
God?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh. I thought you said on guard. Like what isn't on guard what you say when you pull
fencing?
the sword? Yeah. How do you spell that word? On guard.
I think it's
on guard.
Yeah, ENGUARDE.
It's like French. En garde.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Some fencer just won an Olympic medal. She was pregnant. And fencing.
Oh, no shit. That seems dangerous.
Yeah. A little bit. I guess they're like dual nubs at the end of the pirouette.
Wow. Did you see this? Did you see this picture someone just sent into our chat?
Mm.
Wow.
Is it the picture of somebody taking a picture?
Yeah, and the t-shirt the guy's wearing, I wonder if I can talk about that. Holy shit. That's a crazy picture. Wow.
That shirt is
I promise you I'll show you this. This is weird. How about domestic violence? How about beating women's become an Olympic sport?
crazy, right?
Yeah, is one of those dudes going to win the gold medal?
Fuck, if they don't, then they need to not be around anymore.
Hey, all the girls I've ever been in a fencing match are screaming too. Mike says both girls were screaming during their fencing match. I didn't understand it.
Is that what you were Eiffel Towering them or what?
Yeah, whatever that means. Yes. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, fucking crazy what's happened with boxing. Crazy.
That's fucking nuts.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. Olympic boxer. Oh, I guess Trump and Elon they don't like to see oh shit. What newspaper is that? What newspaper? Huffington Post?
Yeah, you want to see it?
Yeah, this is crazy. The media's fucking lost their mind. That's like when Trump got shot, they said he fell down. Holy shit.
Because
This is crazy. Olympic boxer who had gender test issue wins fight.
causing conservative meltdown.
That's the thing, man. That's the fucking thing with the left. That's why you can't be on the left. They have no fucking values, dude. They stand for nothing, dude.
Tech billionaire Elon Musk and former President Donald Trump were among those criticizing the participation of Algerian boxer Imane Khalif in the Olympics.
The Algerian is a female. She had a genetic mutation that produced extra testosterone. No, that is actually not true. It's a male. It has male chromosomes. It's a male. Show me where I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. It wasn't transgender. DSD. What's DSD?
I don't know what that is.
I'm doing the same thing now. I don't even know what you're talking about. What am I doing now? She was not born with a penis. I'm guessing, Ben, that you're reading. Listen, Ben, when they say had gender test issue, we're in trouble, dude. Why don't they say that in the headline then? Why don't they say that gender test issue? Disorder of sex development. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. I saw a comedian the other day on Kill Tony that was born without an asshole. There's all sorts of boys now being born, and because they get fat before the age of like 5 years old, their cock and balls aren't developing because they're so fucking insulin resistant at such a young age.
Yikes.
But I hope you're right, Ben. I hope you're right. But when they release it, it failed. That thing failed the or whatever the chromosome test was for the World Boxing Organization. And how about the other one? Was the other one born with a penis, or both of them DSD or whatever you're saying? By the way, that doesn't even mean anything. Listen to what you're saying here really quick, Ben. Bear with me here. You're saying disorder of sex development. That's like saying that chopping off a kid's penis is gender affirming care, or that abortion is a female reproductive health. Like those are just fucking outright lies. That's all just a word fucking manipulation. That's just word salad shit. It's killing a baby in a mom's stomach. And, you know, whether you want to debate that that's the woman's right or not, I'm open to that. But, like, let's not lie what it is. And it's chopping off the penis off a kid, and all kids are confused. All, 100%. They're on a journey. You know how glad I am I didn't get fucking, when I asked my mom for fucking a nose reduction surgery in high school, she was like, okay, sure, we'll do it in your 20s. You know how fucking glad I am? What I say? Oh, mom's womb, not stomach. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the correction. Fucking don't get me started on Joe. I heard fucking Rogan say, I saw a clip pop up my Instagram. Sometimes Joe Rogan's so fucking retarded. I think he really wants to be a socialist so fucking bad. And it always reminds me that he endorsed Bernie Sanders. When women produce more testosterone than normal girls, they become boys. Oh no. When women produce more testosterone than normal girls, I'm open to saying it's unfair that them compete with women, but let's not call it trans. Okay. All right. I like. Thank you, Ben. Let me see. What's that? What is that boxer's name? God, I heard something fucking crazy from a fucking family member the other day. You know what's funny too is all my friends. I have a lot of liberal friends. They all tell me that every time this shit happens, they're like, "Oh, it's just an isolated incident." Ema. Okay, let me see. I want to Google the name. Amain Khalif. Okay. Here we go. Want to know about Olympics gender debate after Italy's Angela Carina withdrawal? Okay, so this is from Forbes. The fight over women's sports and who can compete in them erupted new online Thursday after Italian boxer Angelina Carina abruptly withdrew from her Olympic match against Algeria's Iman Khalif, who was previously disqualified from last year's World Boxing Championship after the International Boxing Association said she failed a gender eligibility test. So first of all, that doesn't even make sense. There's no such thing as a gender eligibility test. There's no test for gender. That's like testing to see if Andrew Hiller's really Batman. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, you're a fucking retard. So, for starters, there's that problem already with the article. Carina withdrew from the fight after being punched. I know what they're trying to say, but they're not saying it. It's like the correction Difficult gave me on womb and stomach. It's very poignant. Yeah, it's the woman's womb, not her stomach. Carina withdrew from the fight after being punched in the nose, telling reporters she had never felt a punch like that. One of those strikes she sustained from Khalif. All right, quit being a pussy, Carina. Khalif was permitted to participate in this year's Olympics after being previously prohibited from the 2023 International Boxing Association World Boxing Championships. Okay, that's one data point. Khalif was disqualified from the championships after failing to meet eligibility requirements for women's competition, the IBA said in a statement, noting she was not subject to a testosterone exam and was instead put through a separate test that found she had a giant cock. Put through a separate test that found she had competitive advantage over other women athletes. That says nothing. That paragraph said nothing. I apologize. You guys had to listen to it. Other than the fact it wasn't about testosterone. The IBA, I'm guessing that means the International Boxing Association, which is not recognized by the International Olympic Committee, has said the specifics of the test are confidential, though IBF President Umar Kremlev alleged to Russian news agency TASS that last year Khalif had XY chromosomes, a pair of chromosomes typically possessed by men. The International Olympic Committee stood by Khalif's inclusion, saying in a statement that did not explicitly name the boxer that two athletes were victims of a sudden and arbitrary decision by the International Boxing Association, likely referencing Khalif and fellow boxer Li Tu-Ti-Yang of Taiwan. So, by the way, what I have heard also is that they were that the Olympic Committee just goes off of whatever it says on your passport, man or woman.
That's what I saw too.
So that's not good either. Someone
people
needs to look
do
at their junk. Someone should just look at their junk. It's not a big deal. They look at like everyone like
They do it for wrestlers.
well and oh they do?
Yeah, you have to.
And all the CrossFit athletes, like you know how many times people have looked at Rich Froning's dick just to when he make sure the urine coming out? Why not look at it to assess if it's real dick? Slap
That's
it
right.
around a little bit. The match's outcome and Khalif's background provoked criticism against Algerian boxer, including scrutiny from the Italian prime minister. Athletes who have male genetic characteristics should not be admitted to women's competitions. Yeah, this is just all bullshit. So far, I think Ben's winning. But to protect the right of female athletes to be able to compete on equal terms. Okay, Ben, you're winning now. It's pissing me off. Tesla chief Elon Musk and Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling took issues with Khalif's eligibility, with the latter blasting the match's outcome in a tweet. We don't fucking know anything. That didn't say anything. Well, that didn't say anything. I apologize. Sevon, you always say, do they have a penis or a vagina? That's correct. I think that's valid, like 99.9999%. I'm open to being wrong. He is a man. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Not from that article. It's not a man. I think Ben's winning the argument, the discussion. More improper use of gender from the New York Times. We just need to see this thing. Just needs like we need to see the chromosome test, and we need to see the chromosome test, and we need to see it's like genitalia. We just need a snapshot of the crotch. Same thing Michael Jackson gave us. Yeah, the New York Post, which is a very conservative outlet, says that these two athletes were victims of sudden and arbitrary decisions by the IBA towards the end of the IBA World Championships in 2023. The current aggression against these two athletes is based entirely on arbitrary decisions, which was taken without any proper procedure, especially considering that these athletes have been competing in top-level competitions for many years. Yeah, well, okay. Does it have a wiener? Ben says it does not. Ben says it does not have
me about my wiener.
All right, Ben, I stand corrected. Until further notice. It would be weird, right, Ben, if there were two dudes? The thing is, Bernie, we don't even know that according to the two articles I read, there hasn't even been a test. That it was some just fucking Russian dude, which they haven't been. Russians not known to be legit in their sporting decisions. That there hasn't been an actual test. They're saying that they didn't test her testosterone levels, so we know that that's not what it was, but it was some other test that they can't tell us what the test was or what the results are, according to the two articles that I just read. One came out 3 hours ago, one came out 4 hours ago, New York Post and Forbes. And so, as of now, that chick who lost is just a bitch, I guess.
Just a shitty boxer.
Yeah, just fucking got out. No. Oh, my God. What? Tell me where to read. Tell me where to read. Ben, if that Italian really wanted to show the world, she would have manned up and stayed in the ring. Get it? Manned up. It was a test for DNA chromosomes. But that's not what the article's saying, Mr. Difficult. The article's saying that they tested her for something, but the test is private, but then somehow leaked that it had boy chromosomes. I'm just telling you the two articles I read. I haven't seen there's no official word on it. Look, I could put in Oh, look. Okay. I put in gender test results. Well, some reports indicate Khalif was found to have had a high level of testosterone. The International Boxing Association, which administered the test, said Khalif failed a separate and recognized test in a statement on Wednesday. What the fuck is the test?
Not very helpful.
I mean, it's the at least this is real reporting. God, the Huffington Post is a fucking joke. It's funny too because you see the pictures of the people who wrote the articles and you know right away, cuck. Algerian boxer Iman Khalif is in the middle of a gender this is from Fox eligibility controversy, and temperature of the drama only turned up after a win over a female Italian fighter. Khalif is a 25-year-old boxer from Algeria, who's currently UNICEF ambassador and grew up in a rural village in the province. In a sport, Khalif's father didn't approve of boxing for girls. Khalif was able to start training for boxing sessions by selling scrap metal for recycling. Khalif debuted on the world amateur stage at 19 and came in 17th at the 2018 World Championships. She finished 19th in the 2019 Women's World Boxing Championships. She finished second in the Women's World Boxing Championships in 2022. She won gold medals in 2022 in Africa Championships, Mediterranean Games, and the 2023 Arab Games. Where's the... Based on DNA test, we identified a number of athletes who tried to trick their colleagues into posing as women. Oh, this is from the International Boxing Association, Ben. Uh-oh. And fuck, I don't know who these guys are, but now we got another data point. Based on DNA tests, we identified a number of athletes who tried to trick their colleagues into posing as women, according to the results of the test. It was proved that they have XY chromosomes. Such athletes were excluded from competition. Algerian media reported that she was disqualified for high testosterone levels. But Khalif says there are some countries that did not want Algeria to win a gold medal.
Sabotage them.
Yeah, who gives a fuck about Algeria?
Call her a dude.
I hope they do win.
Then they'll never get a medal.
Everyone is, and this is what the Olympics say. And here, Ben, this is a problem too. Listen, I know her father didn't approve of boxing for girls. Listen to this. Fuck, the Olympics are such a joke. Who watches that garbage? Everyone competing in the women's category is complying with the competition eligibility rules. Listen, if you don't know someone in the Olympics or it's not like your sport, like, don't watch it. Everyone competing in the women's category is complying with the competition eligibility rules, he said this week. This is Mark Adams of the International Olympic Committee. They are women in their passports. And it stated that this is the case. They are female.
Okay. Yeah. If their passport says so, that's an official document. So it's legit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It says that they are one thing.
Especially your passport from Algeria.
Yeah, of course. Those I can't imagine any foul play going on in Algeria.
I'll tell you what, this chick should this chick or dude or whatever it is should open an OnlyFans page.
Yeah. Just profit off of what you got, Fuck it.
Stop playing along and calling him she. I don't know, dude. I don't fucking know. I don't know what this thing is.
She could be a he. We just want to make sure that we're identifying by the proper pronouns here. Okay.
I had someone close to me try to use they pronoun with me the other day. It was fucking bizarre. On 24 March 2023, the International Boxing Association disqualified athletes Lin Yuting and Iman Khalif from the IBA World Boxing Association, New Delhi 2023. This disqualification was a result of the failure to meet eligibility criteria for participating in the women's competition as set and laid out by the IBA regulations. This decision made a meticulous review, was extremely important and necessary to uphold the level of fairness and utmost integrity of competition. Point to note, the athletes did not undergo a testosterone examination, but were subject to a separate and recognized test whereby the specifics remain confidential. The IBA statement continues, this test This test conclusively indicated that both athletes did not meet the required eligibility criteria and were found to have competitive advantage over other female competitors. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. Like, what the fuck is going on? Anyway, if you're a dude beating up on girls, you shouldn't do it. That's my What's on the birth certificate? I don't even know if I believe that anymore. I want to see the DNA. All right, I gotta pee, or else I'd hang out with you guys longer. I gotta go. Love you guys. See you tomorrow morning. Perrin will be here from Training Think Tank. I'm so stoked. Love you guys.